This is a modern world. This is the modern world.
Guys, welcome to Snake on Music News. Today I'm joined with Ben Taylor, aka the Magic Mod.
Sorry, I can't keep a straight face when you have to be serious. I'm really sorry about that.
Why so serious?
I'm bad at that.
How you been?
I'm very well, mate. Very well. Looking forward to it. Yeah, looking forward to it. It's nice. Thanks for inviting me.
No worries, man.
Was Dynamo busy?
Dynamo?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know. Yes! Love that.
You've been after years, man. Come on.
Old news, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. You're the new one, aren't you?
Oh, thank you, mate. Appreciate that.
Yeah, so obviously you're a magician. Clues in the name. How did it come about?
Do you know what, mate? I always thought I was going to play football. So at a young age, I was always football mad, and played football. Always had a ball at my feet all the time. Used to practice all around the kit. I broke so many plates and bits of furniture and shit. Are you allowed to swear in this one?
Yeah, you can.
That's all right, because I'm a bit prone to swear sometimes. We broke so many things around my mum's house that I thought, this is what I'm going to be, a footballer. And I managed to get into a football academy in Barnet, and I was playing there for 2 years, well, 2 seasons, and then got injured. And after that, that was it. I lost my confidence in playing football. Never thought I would ever go into the football game again. Still play, or then went back in later on, played a little bit semi-pro, but never at a standard I was used to, or what I thought I was capable of. So then I remember being at my sister's house. She had a party, and there was this bloke doing card tricks and that. And I thought, you know, I've got a couple in the locker. So I've always loved magic from the age of 6. Got a Paul Daniels magic set, but I never thought I would do it as a career. Right, so then at this party, I did a few deck tricks, and the bloke went, to know what, you can make a living off this. You're that good. I was thinking, what, really? And later on that night, we come up with names, and it was like something like Magical Ben, Mysterious Ben. And I thought, hang about, I'm going to be, can't have nothing like that. And the next thing you know, my sister's husband come up with the Magic Mod.
Right, okay, yeah.
And that was it, mate, and that was the birth of it. When I think I was about 19, 18, 19. And that was it. Just tried to get as many little gigs, functions as I could. I remember printing these really shit business cards, right? Honestly, they were like on this, like, you know, like in a mail, they had these special, like, I think it was just quick, get these business cards done sort of machine. Literally, it was like £2 for about 10.
Yeah.
So I put like 8 quid on it. Yeah, no baller in it. I put 8 quid in it, right, and got a load of business cards, and they were just so shit. And I remember handing them all out to people. I've never got any business. Right. Honestly, I've still got the business cards. It's a good memory to look at, and it was a picture of a clown, and it just it's fitting, isn't it? And it just said magician, right? And it said like shit, suitable for children of all ages and that. But I'll do any gig really. As when I was up and coming, just to do anything.
Just get on stage and perform.
Yeah, just loved it.
You mentioned briefly about Paul Daniels. Paul Daniels pretty much was the reason why you got into magic, and you've actually had the pleasure of meeting him. How was that for you?
Yeah, I did. God bless him. I think it's his anniversary on Tuesday. I think it's 4 years or 3 years.
Oh, is it?
On the Tuesday it'll be. Yeah, it is Tuesday. Yeah, I don't know how I remember that. I don't even remember my own birthday, but I remember that's it being his anniversary then. But he's played a massive part in my career, to be fair, because he was like the sort of, believe it or not, he was a rock and roll magician.
Yeah,
he was always on the TV, had the biggest, highest figures of any magic show ever. And he was doing it week in, week out. I think he had his own, still the only magician to be doing his own show every week. And he was amazing. And I was sort of hooked at it because he wasn't just that did the big illusions and all that. He actually did really intimate tricks with decks of cards. And some of the tricks he did, he was just ahead of his time. And I would always say that. He was so far ahead of his time with some of the tricks he invented as well. I did this one with a cardboard box, and somehow, I have no idea how it happens. You put your feet in the cardboard box, next thing you know, you lift up. It's mental. Still don't know how it's done to this day. But
that's magic, isn't it?
That is magic. Teed him up there, didn't I? But he literally was so far ahead of his time, mate. It was unbelievable. And I remember meeting him. I had this bloke who was sort of representing me at the time, and he got me tickets to go and see Paul Daniels, and he said he's going to meet you after. And I was bricking it, mate. I never get starstruck. I've met all my heroes, and I'm great to say that. But when I met him, I sort of had to shed a tear, because it was like, that's the reason I do the magic and all that. And it was so, honestly, it was just amazing to meet him. I was shaky, I didn't know what to say. And then he just said, I said, I'm the Magic Mod. He went, I think I've heard about you. And I was thinking, wait, I could die a happy man. You know what I mean?
So that's probably a day you'll never forget, and that was...
Oh, I'll never forget that, mate. And then when it happened to, like I said, when it did happen to the point where he did pass away, it was like a family member.
Yeah.
It was weird. I never thought I'd get like that over someone like that.
Yeah.
But it's because it was such an influence on my life.
Career as well.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Definitely.
So when you actually started playing cards at gigs, didn't you? So when I first come across you, there's a video of you at the
come across me. Be careful with that. Yeah, edit that bit.
First time when I saw you on like YouTube, is that So Rosa gig at Finsbury Park, and it's you performing magic to the punters and the fans.
Yeah, I remember that. That was. Do you know what?
Was it 2012?
That was a long time ago. Yeah, 2010 was it? 10, 11,
something like that. It's a long time.
One of them.
It's one of them, isn't it?
But I remember. Yeah, I remember that. I always had a deck of cards on me, and I went up with my mates, and I always did tricks on the train and all that. And then we were at the beer, the queue for the beer tent. Sorry, that was it. I couldn't get my words out. And we're waiting, and my mate said, "Go on, get a deck of cards out." The queue was massive. I thought, yeah, fuck it, why not? Got the cards out. Literally, next thing you know, everyone's fucked off out of the queue and just come and watch me.
Yeah.
I was like, quick boys, get to the front, you'll be all right. But honestly, next thing you know, I had this big crowd around me, and people were like, what's this? What's this? And honestly, I would still think to this day that moment there was so special.
Yeah.
There's a picture, I think, on my Facebook with me. I had like a Fred Perry, lovely shell jacket on, and everyone.
Blue and yellow one, white one, isn't it?
That's it. That's it. Spot on, innit? You're trying to nick it off me.
Yeah, got it.
Good job I ain't got it. No. And there's a lovely picture of like this crowd around me, and it was phenomenal. And this bloke said, I remember this bloke, mind you, he was pissed up, and he said, "Mate, forget the band now. Can I watch you all night?" And I was thinking, "Steady on, mate, steady on." But no, it was brilliant. I remember. Yeah, that was like I said. I think that was the birth of me starting to do tricks at gigs. So
cool.
I always have a deck of cards on me.
On you, yeah. So since then,
I got one there.
You're lying now. So since then, obviously people saw what you did at a gig, went on like social media, started tweeting about you, and the word got outside some cool names like Dynamo started tweeting about you.
Do you know what? I know when I start knocking him, I don't mean it at all. It's a love-hate relationship. I think what he's done for the magic industry is phenomenal, and I just wish it was me, to be fair.
Yeah.
But what he's done is brilliant, and I don't. I know some people say, "Oh, you're bitter about him." I'm not at all, mate. I think what he's done is brilliant, because he was a boy from Bradford who no one knew who she was. He was, sorry, no one knew who he was, and he's done absolute wonders, mate. To do stadium tours, I went to one of his tours in Brighton. He did a tour there, then he did stadiums. He's the only magician to have played at the O2, and I think for that you've got to take his hat off to 100%. And the sponsorship deals he's got is phenomenal. It's unbelievable.
Good to see,
and I think Ian Brown's good friends with him. He quite likes him.
I see that. He's in his documentaries.
That's it. Yeah,
so
phenomenal.
It wasn't just Dynamo. You had people like some rock and roll heroes like Miles Kane tweeted about you. Steve Craddock, Andy Bell.
That's it.
When you first turn your phone on and see that, how did that feel when you were just like?
It's amazing, to be fair, because one, it's nice that they even take the time of their day out to, these people. They're not like, they're normal people like me and you, but they're so busy. You don't know what they're doing. They might be in the studio. They might be trying to write another song. So the fact that they look and they get so many notifications a day, thousands, the fact that they saw that and even gave me the time of day was amazing. And I remember with Steve, he followed me, and I thought, oh my God, this is brilliant. And then he said, I'm gigging in Brighton. And I remember he said, come down. And I went to the gig in Brighton. And then me and him after, and his missus and everyone else, we all went out for a drink after. Yeah. And I remember doing this trick. He said, can you do a trick here? And I thought about it. And I went, yeah, go on then, yeah. And I made him sign, still to this day, whenever I see him in the studio with Paul and that, he always, that's the trick that just blew him away. Made him sign a card. And I said to the bar lady, I said, can I throw my cards at the bar? And she was like, what you want about? I said, just trust me. Let me throw the cards at the bar. She said, you're picking them up? I was like, well. In my head I was thinking, I can't do that after the trip.
Just walk off.
So he signed the card, I put the cards in my hand, shuffled them about and all that, and launched these cards literally over the bar. And everyone's looking at me and he's like, what the fuck, what are you doing that for? And I was thinking, fuck, it's gone wrong. And then all of a sudden someone said, oh shit. And in this bottle of wine was the card that he signed. And that was it. It was like everyone left then. They were like, nah, that's it. Burn him. And again, after, we were in the fish and chip shop to get some food before we went back to the hotel. And he said, can you do a trick now, right here and right now, show these people? And a similar trick, I made him take a card, sign it, threw the cards at the window, and his card was on the other side. Then after that, he was like, Ben, pleasure, good night, that's it. But he's been brilliant, mate, honestly, the support. And again, with Miles as well, whenever I bump into him and see him, he loves what I do. I remember recently, I think it was last year, I can't think when abouts, but when he was playing Concord 2, And I went down there and he grabbed me and said, "Come back here, show everyone the tricks and all that." That was brilliant, mate.
Well, Paul Weller actually got you down to play, like support him, really. Yeah, he's the first one who actually said to you, "Do you want to come on stage and perform in front of my crowd?"
Mate,
how did that come about?
Right. You wouldn't, it's one of them stories I don't really like talking about. Well, no, I don't. When I mean that, it's not I don't like talking about it. It's the facts. No one will believe it. I was playing golf on a Friday night and then somehow ended up in the pub. Don't know how that happened. It happened. I'm shit at golf anyway. And I remember getting a text and looked down and all I saw was, "Hello, this is Paul Weller." I thought, no it ain't. And left it as that.
Yeah.
Left it as that. Next thing you know, there was another text and it was him. And it said, "My son, I've heard a lot about you. Is there any chance you could come down and teach some magic to my son?" And that. And we did, mate. And then after that, it was phenomenal. And I still say today, he's been the biggest help in my whole career. And then after that, he said, "We're doing like Hammersmith Apollo and Brighton Centre twice."
Yeah, mad, isn't it?
Big venues, mate. And he said, "Would you like to come around and entertain the crowd in that?" And there was a big picture on his Twitter and that. And he said, "Magic Mod to be here." And do you know what? He's growing up. This is why it's surreal. Growing up, I had heroes in life. And it was Paul Daniels, Phil Daniels for Quadrophenia,
right,
and Paul Weller, right? Never in my wildest dreams would I ever expect to have met Paul Weller. The closest I ever got to him was when I went and saw him at Brighton Centre, and I was about 3 rows from the front. And for me, that was my pinnacle. I thought, this is amazing. To then have him text me, to then build a friendship, which is, I'm such a good friend with him, which, we talk regularly through text, and I often go down and see him. It's one of them things that, how beautiful is life? One minute he's your hero, next minute
it's best mate.
It's unbelievable, and he's a great guy, and the time he's got for his fans and his supporters is phenomenal, and everything he's achieved in life is just amazing. And I've got nothing but respect for the guy and just wish I had his talent.
So since then, you actually went on tour with Libertines, Reverend Makers and Pete Doherty.
That's it.
There must be some absolute outstanding highlights of that, them tours and memories, but is there one you could pick out especially?
Yeah, probably. It's not the one that people expect, because after we played Plymouth, I got Pete gave me his jacket, his famous red jacket. We swapped it for
this on the Seaside tour?
That's it, yeah. Swapped it for I had a pretty green trench coat.
That was it,
He loved it, and we swapped jackets. But the memory that stands out the most was probably Kentish Town, when I played him with Doherty, sold out crowd there, because it was the first time. My mum comes to a lot of the gigs. But it's the first time I actually looked up on the balcony and saw her sitting there. I thought, fucking hell. She was standing there like the Messiah, honestly, with her hands. It was bent. I was like, rein it in a bit, love. But it was great though. So that memory, just walking out to that crowd, about 3,000, 4,000 people. I'm not too sure, but there was a great photo of me on the stage with all the crowd in front. But there's another photo that Derek D'Souza took, who's a fantastic photographer. He'd done all the jam stuff and all that. He's a brilliant guy, very brilliant guy. And he took this photo of me from behind and me putting my thumb up. He could see my mum in the corner. I think, I'm happy with that. Yeah. Just for that picture alone, it just wipes off all the gigs I've done and all the tours.
So the aim for you is to play Brixton Academy?
Oh, definitely, mate. I fell in love in that venue for a long time, and this hasn't come around just recently. This ambition or this sort of dream or goal, it's been there ever since I've been to that venue. I thought to myself, oh, fucking hell, look at this. I want to play here one day. Yeah. Honestly, I really want to. But I don't know how it'll happen, if it'll happen. I would love to think it will happen, because I never thought in my wildest dreams I'd play somewhere like Hull Arena, Brighton Centre, done that twice. Rock City twice. Some big venues to massive crowds, in front of thousands of people. And I'm so humble and grateful about it, but I never expected that to happen. So who knows? I believe it'll happen, because if you don't believe, what's the point? The point in getting out of bed?
Well, tonight you're playing Leicester in the Cookie. It's for our first ever event. How do you feel to be here in Leicester?
I fucking love it. I just walked down and up and down the stairs. I mean, we went upstairs to the smoking area, didn't we?
We did.
We forgot to put this brick in front of the door, and the door shut, and we were locked out there. We had to ring up the bloke to come down and open the door up. That was a good first impression, wasn't it? I bet you thought, who's this Toby? Is he doing magic later? It's a nice venue, nice surroundings as well.
It's your first time Leicester, I believe, isn't it?
Never been Leicester before.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll come again, to be fair. But, no, I'm joking. It's lovely. We went for a walk around the town and that. I thought it was a great, beautiful area.
It's alright, isn't it?
Nice bit of culture and all that about it.
Right.
And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's a nice intimate gig as well. I like intimate gigs because that's really how it all started out. All started out in
Back
a
to
pub.
roots.
Yeah, and that's what it's about, mate. And I love it. And I think a lot of bands should go back to that as well. Libertines do it now and then. Rifles certainly do it.
Rifles they're on tour, acoustic tour, aren't
Yeah, but they go back and do Boogaloo, don't they?
they? Yeah, all that radio station.
Yeah. But they go and do, like, in December, they do like a Christmas sort of thing. And there's normally about 200 people there.
Yeah, that's mad, isn't it?
I mean, Libertines certainly do it, a few things like that.
They go Margate, don't they? Album rooms to go down.
It's nice down there.
Yeah.
You should check that out. It's quite nice.
Summertime, I think. It's nice and quiet.
Beautiful, mate. Nice
So,
bar. You'll be alright.
like I'll piss if I do. Anyway, so that's it. So that's been Ben.
Fucking hell, it's hardly worth me coming down.
That's been Ben Taylor.
Nice one, mate.
I've been Jordan. Keep it snake and see you soon. Cheers.
Nice one. Cheers, man. Thank you.